Man, a free man, Vybz Kartel. Just came out of prison and I'm feeling good. I'm coming through. December show. Make sure you sell your house, sell your mother, sell your kidney. Send it to Chinese people because the show is coming through. December, man, shut up. Boom.
Yeah.
Booba, booba. Gaza thing. How you doing, girl, there?
Whose friend is this?
Well, thank you very much for that intro.
My Jamaican is better than KRG, right?
Wow, guy.
Wow.
Hey.
You've come with strays.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
Pew.
You've come with
KRG
strays.
was
Yo,
just
Vybz
chilling.
Kartel is free, man.
KRG was just chilling. Why are you so excited about him being released? Are you part of like his gang?
No, hapana. Amesema anafanya show December. And he actually tweeted and he said Kenya is in his list.
Of course
You
it
definitely know like we're going for that concert.
You know, I mean, it sounds like it's a solid concert, but the past 2-3 years, man, he has to contend with the fact that Africa is an Afrobeats nation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
We will-
you remember, like, guys, do you remember when dancehall
Man
reggae
was
artists used to shut it
dancehall,
down?
yeah, man.
Conscience came the other day and he was in a club. The most he could do was perform in a club. Do you understand what I'm
Really?
saying? Exactly. Conscience was in Kenya the other day. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was like a few weeks
29
ago.
Oh, no.
I mean, a few months ago,
Yeah.
right? He was in Kenya.
He was.
Didn't even do a concert. I think he was at 1824.
Stop.
I kid you not, right? So I'm just reminding you, do you remember the last time there was a dancehall or reggae concert that was successful in Kenya?
Yeah, I remember the last time Conscience came. Okay, that was a few years ago. But like in 2019, it was chaos.
Girl, it's 2024.
Any things have moved on that quickly.
I want to remind you how many concerts of reggae and dancehall are happening in Kenya.
Now, but one person who's going to bring it back is Vybz Kartel. The day he was free, you just saw how the whole world, everybody was, just excited to get to see him.
Did you say the
out.
whole world?
Yeah.
Because I can go through your followers and check their pages. Nobody is posting. You see, the thing about blogs, right? They'll take a story and then they will repeat it, and it
Yeah.
will almost feel like euphoria of the whole world is talking.
Yeah.
I want to remind you that this is the continent that I'm a piano. Like, we're no longer chained by
That's
the
true.
yoke of sounds from outside.
The yoke.
We're no longer chained from the yoke of outside.
So, Vybz Kartel comes to Kenya as a concert. You won't go.
It will be a solid one. It depends on how it's organized,
Yeah.
right? If it's organized, who are the core fans of Vybz Kartel? Let's be honest. Who are the core fans of Vybz Kartel? Like, when's the last time you were listening to a Vybz Kartel song? In fact,
After he was released.
in fact, on
like
that
even
note-
before that. Wait,
Ebu rap for us a Vybz Kartel verse.
summertime.
See what I'm saying?
World boss.
See what I'm saying? You're not even a fan. You're just caught up in the hype.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So the real fans of Vybz Kartel are boys in the ghetto.
That's
right?
true.
So if Vybz is coming, right? You know the guy has been in prison. You think he's doing it for a love? He's doing it for money.
He's doing it for money.
I look at Buju Banton. Buju came out of prison, right? And the first thing he
Buju was
did,
in prison?
bro. What?
Stop. Okay, I really do live under a rock. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, you don't live under a rock, baby. You don't live. Buju was in prison for 10 years.
Stop.
2020, he was released. It was a big thing. DJ Khaled had his whole out. Oh my God. Anyway,
Okay.
moving on.
I'll catch up.
So just like Buju, see,
Yeah.
Buju was out. He came out of prison.
Yeah.
The first thing he did was look for money. You've been out of the game for 10 years. You're not
Exactly,
at
he's
here for
broke. Yeah.
something. You are looking for money.
Yeah.
So you want shows where it's a totally sold out thing. Me, I'm asking you, in Kenya,
Yeah.
like genuinely,
Yeah.
you've said it will be the hype. Depending
Yeah.
on how it's set up, it
Yeah.
will be the hype. But the real fans, the real core fans, if you put those tickets too expensive, you lock out the real fans of it.
That's
but on a
true.
real though, I'd only go to a Vybz Kartel concert, like from what you said, if the tickets are hella expensive.
See what I mean?
As in ukienda huko by the kama nini ticket is like 3Gs,
Yeah.
4Gs.
And that would be the problem.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put such a concert for a guy like this. You put the concert for the Watus.
Yeah.
Why? The ones who can be able to pay 500 bob, 1,000 bob to get in, and they'll even kill their mama to go for this concert.
Imagine.
Yeah.
But
That
now
was a
how
microwave.
do they make their money back? Like if you're going to do that, unless the venue is huge. Like let's say, for example, if it's in Kenya, concert ikwe Kasarani.
Yeah.
Then afanye.
Yeah.
Anaweza jaza. Baby, he can
Baby
jaza.
anaweza.
All the ghetto youth.
Yeah,
You know, there are
yeah.
places in Kenya
Mashinani
called
by the way
Gaza.
kuna watu.
You know,
Yeah.
there are ghettos called
There are
Gaza.
people who are gang affiliated to Gaza
Yes.
in G sides of Kayole. Or
Nah,
something.
Jaifika Jamaica.
You know what Mangotos are?
It's
You have to know a
rings.
real Vybz Kartel fan.
Eh.
Mangoto.
Why?
I love your
Because-
everything.
Oh,
Chinese, Beyonce, me love you everything. Yes, yeah, Mangoto, you gotta have them. You know, my chain. Alafu kama unaweza kafia nini hapa maze watu them say wa Kartel.
Alafu anakaa coloring book.
But on a
Actually,
real
that's
though,
one of my favorite songs of
Vybz Kartel,
Kartel,
he looks like he's not feeling well.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like he could perform though.
Yeah.
He looks unwell.
Yeah.
And there've been rumors of Graves' disease. I don't want to give him a disease though.
Graves' disease?
It's an autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
And there's conversation that maybe he didn't receive the right treatment while he was in prison. Because you see his face is like hella
Yeah.
swollen.
Full,
Yeah. So
And
it doesn't look like he's okay.
That's even the same. Graves' disease is what Wendy Williams had. Adi, she had to step off of her show. Yeah, it was quite serious for her because
Is
I
that the one
remember.
where your muscles give up on you, or is it your nerves?
Yeah, because for her feet would swell. She wouldn't even be able to wear like heels or anything.
Yeah.
That's why you get to
you
see
should
Wendy.
you should have this elephant feet, man. Like
have sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, that sounds horrible.
yeah.
Yeah. So is it what Vybz Kartel has? We cannot quote. We're not his doctors, but that's the rumor mill.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely not well. And then
Yeah.
also, if guys, because you see, he's saying his first gig is in December. So chances are, these guys are taking him to the gym, guys to get fit. You know.
And he's not young as well. He's
Thank
not as
you.
young as he used to be.
Thank
I actually
you.
had to look it up. I was like, how long was he in prison?
Chicken
He
soup,
was in prison.
chicken breast.
He was-
Chicken neck.
He was in
This-
prison for 13 years. This guy
Guys,
is 48 years old now.
Forget everything I've said on this episode. A Vybz Kartel concert can kill it.
Now you've changed your mind.
Oh, I've just thought of all the songs because poor people and I mean, you have to put some respect on Vybz Kartel. You
Yeah.
forget I was a radio presenter at Vybz Radio.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
so
where
you know all
I
about
did
the,
all my academy. 4 years
On
3
dancehall
years
and reggae.
of dancehall and reggae.
Yeah.
Nika graduate.
Kwanza they
Also, do
called
you
it
know how he
vibes.
ended up in jail? I don't know why people are so
Murder.
okay. That's true. Like this guy was actually like bragging about killing people. And like that's how he ended up in jail. Obviously, there was a lot of I looked it up. There was a lot of funny stuff that happened, especially when they took his phone. I think they were either looking for like a scapegoat because like the whole gang thing had really gotten out of control.
Yeah.
He had really become like Mutu wa watu. So yes, it's true he did kill these people and he did brag about it. But there was something about the people who are investigating him. They planted evidence in his phone.
Yeah.
Like yes, he did it, but the evidence wasn't there.
Yeah.
So they planted it, and like his lawyer tried to be like, "Yo, as you can see, this has been fabricated." The judge was like, "I don't care." And then there's one of the jury when all of this was happening. He was like, "Me, I know this guy is guilty, but there's no evidence. I'll pay all of you to say he's not guilty." The lawyer went to the judge with this, and then the judge was like, you know what, let's just continue. Like everything about that case was
off,
illegal.
yeah.
It was not done in the right way. They just really wanted someone, especially
That case took a while,
affiliated to that gang, to go to jail. Like every time the lawyer would be like, "Hey, look, this is against the law," the judge would be like, "I'll allow it."
We don't
He
care.
goes and does something, "I'll allow." How did the jury being bribed? He was like, just get rid of that one member, because in law, when something like that happens, you're supposed to get rid of the whole jury, bring a new one. The lawyer was like, just get rid of the guy who was bribing people. Let's continue with the jury that has remained. Like everything about his case was super illegal, even though he was guilty.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, on the other flip side, you can imagine like Beanie Man, what's this other guy? Beanie used to beef with Mr. Was it Mr. Vegas? Yeah, Mr. Vegas. Beanie used to beef with, what's this other guy called?
Elephant Man.
No, not Elephant Man. There's another guy who used to beef with Beanie Man. These guys have even made up.
You see, it was Elephant Man. It was an Elephant Man.
Able pause here. I have to look for
Because you know, even was it the Olympics? Somewhere, where was it?
where they made up recently.
Yeah,
yes,
recently.
It's not Elephant
It's
Man.
not Elephant
It's not
Man?
Elephant.
Who's
What's this
that
guy's
then?
name? He's Bounty Killer. Somebody say here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, they used to beef serious, right? Like beef, like they were actually one of the first dancehall beefs that ever happened. Like these guys, it was for murder, then,
Yeah.
right? And then Gaza, that's Beanie Man has also beefed with Mr. Vegas, and I think their beef is still currently ongoing. Then there's what's this guy's name?
Bounty
Mavado and Vybz Kartel, right? But I just want to remind you that all these guys have aged. We're talking about Vybz Kartel. He's
Yeah.
48.
Yeah.
Beanie Man and Bounty Killer even shaking hands. It's because like,
Man.
yo, my knees hurt. Nigga, I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
Let's just end this beef,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Rah.
Yeah.
So now, you grow old and you start to realize that there's no
It's not
reason
even
for holding
worth
a
it.
gun on somebody. It's just like, yo, see, you forgive me, I forgive you, we move on.
Yeah.
See, Meisha.
Same
Bas,
thing with Vybz Kartel. I mean, for him to be holding on to Gaza, carrying guns, the guy's just like, my knees hurt. I've just come from prison for like, how many years? My guy, just give
I've
me a
really
break.
been
I just
through
want to
it.
make money, right?
Yeah. I get it. I
So
completely
right now
get
he's
it.
chilling. He's chilling, man. Ako tu sawa kabisa. Shout out to Vybz. I hope he feels better.
Yeah. Moving on from Jamaica, let's go to Botswana. Do you know Botswana is about to have a national holiday? This story is called Kenyans.
What?
Okay. Now that I've said it, so Kenyans, every time an athlete goes maybe to New York, wins a marathon, it's just another day being a Kenyan.
Yeah.
It's just like, we won a gold. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Just woke
Kenyan
up
goes
and
to
won a
London,
gold. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Runs for 2 hours, beats everybody, right?
Just
kwanga
gold.
tu hii ni London, na hii tunaenda Netherlands, hii ni Amsterdam, na hii, we go to China,
hapa
China,
tu, yeah.
Tokyo Olympics,
No big deal.
five goals, nini, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, is it Sumbua?
There are other countries like Botswana. See, they've just won their 100 meters gold medal, 200 meters.
200 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The president has called a national holiday.
Yo.
No going to work. We got to celebrate this gold. Fast forward, St. Lucia, right? Do you know where St. Lucia is? It doesn't matter. St. Lucia have never received a gold ever in the Olympics. 100 meters, they beba chomoka, shakari by.
Yeah.
Shashinda that 100 meters. St. Lucia, everybody in the streets, walikuwa meka cameras, TVs,
What?
they are watching. Do you know what Kenyans were doing when Kenyans are running Olympics?
Nothing.
Yeah? Muko
Chilling.
tu kudade.
Inadudida. Go there.
Manambalana, anangabala. Yeah? Muko hapo tu munagodha tena. And the guys winning.
Shande.
Like, it's not a big
Ni
deal
same
for us.
kid.
For us, it's not a big deal to go
That's
and win
true.
at the Olympics. It's not a big deal. Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah, actually, yes, because now from saying that, I was feeling bad a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of, just last week. The fact that Kenya in the Olympics, we're not winning as many gold medals as we usually do. There's no Kenyan who's broken a world record.
See what I mean?
Faith Kipyegon, Ren Maze, they tried to go and, make sure or rather disqualify her up until watu tukaanza kusalimia election tukaanza kusalimia watu
Olympic
wa Olympics.
Why did they want to disqualify her?
Bro, you didn't
You
watch?
didn't see?
Ebu, run the tape.
Sikuwa.
Anyway, what happened?
What happened?
So Faith is on her lane. She's just running her race on her lane.
Maze.
Staying in her lane, keeping in her lane, minding her lane.
Yeah.
And then this Ethiopian is like, hey, is that fake? I have no faith in this babe. Keep here gone. And the girl alisukumwa.
Alikuwa
She
anamshika
elbowed
mkono
her.
hivi.
She was even pulling her, yo. And you can see Faith is just, Aki, Kenyans are humble. Guy, have I ever told you how Kenyans are humble? She was just like, Aki,
Oh yeah.
kidogo. She finishes second, and then they disqualify her.
And she
she's
was
the
one who was elbowed out
Thank
of
you.
her. Come on
Wacha
now.
wa Kenya wakasema, hold my dick. Twitter. Olympics nimekuita mara ngapi?
Olympia.
Before even I could go and fall asleep, Faith Kipyegon had her silver. She was
wonderful.
KOT, they had to. Sorry. Sikusema disqualified. Nilisema.
Kile nilikuwa nasema ni
Bro.
and the babe who elbowed her alishinda.
She's on her way to Accra,
yeah,
Addis Ababa.
Alipata number what?
Yeah, alipata namba go away.
Alikuwa kwa namba ya kushinda.
Na alikuwa na elbow watu hapa.
Kwa sababu
Aki.
you didn't run. You guys, you didn't do.
Me run, mimi.
You never ran in school?
Never.
Like even those ones for being forced?
Never.
You never did cross country in your school?
Never.
Was it
Me and
compulsory?
running.
Cross
Me now,
country.
Yeah.
Now me I used to make up for
Sorry. I'm very sorry, guys. I forget that nyinyi watoto are preparatory.
hata si story ya
Nyamazeni.
preparatory.
Wait, so cross
Sisi wa
country
public
ni mnakimbia nje?
Sindio. So did you guys do cross country? Did you do cross country? Lewis, did you do
Uongo.
You
Wait,
see what I mean?
ama cross country ni code ya kuhepa
Shut
shule
up.
ya kuhepa boarding school.
cross country?
Toka
Cross country, it's not even boarding school. I was in Aga Khan. We did cross country. Basically,
For real?
it was like once a month or like once a term or some shit like that. And they would make you like run a long distance, right? Of course, I was in Aga Khan. guys, natoka shule hivi napanda 2-3 nachapa laps
Alafu unarudi shule.
Time ya kukimbia sasa ni unatoa wapi, right? But at the finishing line of these races, you find that's where people are elbowing each other. I'm just like, girl, you're not even
Because why? You're not even going to Shinda?
It happens. It just happens.
It's rude.
Right? So it happens.
That's very rude. Yeah, so speaking of Olympics, I don't know if you saw there's a guy, I can't remember if he's Ugandan or
the gold medalist.
Not the gold medalist. There was a guy who was talking about Zimbabwe. If you ever wonder why we keep saying it's giving Zimbabwe, this is why. So these guys sent 7 of their athletes to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Guess how many officials they sent?
15, 20, 100.
67. 67 officials
For 7 or...
are at the Olympics and there are only 7 athletes. Zimbabwe. You wonder why we keep saying it is giving Zim.
No,
67.
But at least
officials.
Zim. But at least
67.
At least Zim.
67.
I have a country
It's
that can
giving
top up.
Zimbabwe.
Like our officials wote ni
Yeah,
officials
yeah.
wa kufanya nini?
Sijui?
Ama it's the fact that it's like official
Everyone
anakuja
just
na
wanted to
plus
be on a
one.
plane. Everyone just wanted to be on a plane.
Official anakuja na +1. Remember
See,
after
plus
maandamano,
one, the officials, what
Ababu had to
wagava.
go and say
No,
that
no.
at the
Plus
only
cheapos.
people in the athletes, people who are athletes are going there.
Government. You know what? Just look at this picture. I'm not even joking. What were government?
Damn. All right.
67 for
Maybe-
7 athletes.
But let me just put it like this.
Hey,
Maybe
omelette du fromage.
Maybe
Paris.
they're going to look for business for their
Chinese
athletes.
friends.
I'm
Oh,
just
sorry.
saying, Kenyans, you have 80-something athletes, right? You have 80-something athletes. Not every African country has such a big number.
Oh, really? We have 80?
Yeah,
That's a good number.
Like that, we
Na
are
tushindi
on that
magold.
same level of like countries like China,
Yeah.
US, when
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
to number of people who go to an Olympics, right? African countries on average give like St. Lucia had what? 1 person, 2 people going, yeah? So when you have 7 members, athletes, you can be able to save room for other people to go and look for business.
67 of them.
Let me tell you, a country that's giving Zimbabwe, and honestly, it's not Nigeria.
What have they done?
Guys, I love you, but beg.
What have they done?
There's a lady who went for a cycling competition.
Yeah.
Thing is, she went without a bike.
What
had to
do
be
you mean?
She had to be given a bike. I keep
Wait, hold up. Wait
I'm
a
telling
damn
you,
minute.
true story. True story.
Ama alisema atanunua mbele.
Skiza,
Ama
Nimesahau
alifikiria
bike.
wanapeana
Ita-
bikes.
Nigeria walikata kumpatia bike. Guys.
Stop lying.
So
Guy.
she got there, and then another country's just like, guy, how na bike? For her to compete. It's a true story.
Ama alisema
It's giving.
atanunua mbele.
It's giving.
Zimbabwe. You know, like the way you forget something when you're traveling,
Yeah.
and then you're like, nanunua tu huko. So
The
even though I
most
decide.
important thing that is actually taking
Imagine.
you there is to go and compete.
Yeah.
And then you don't
So-
buy it.
Yo, at
Ama
least-
alikuwa anafanya
guys,
bicycle
at
race na
least she
miguu.
had
Yeah.
a ticket to go. Okay?
Guy.
Thanks. Yeah, so things are happening.
Hey.
Yeah,
Olympics.
Olympics are crazy, and
They're
they've not
insane.
even shut. So even next week we'll have some crazy stories for you. Thank you
sure.
so much to the Olympians who are doing amazing. But Kenyans, honestly, we need to just appreciate. Hata kama tunatoka huko na bronze moja,
Yeah.
right? I'm certificate of participation.
Yeah.
We should be proud.
Yeah, we should. Hey, people watu wanapitia. Anyway, so I saw something very interesting actually yesterday, and actually thought it was a skit. So there's something called, let me make sure I'm reading it correctly so that you guys don't think I'm making it up, because I legit thought it was a made up word. There's something called cataplexy, okay? It is a sudden and transient episode of muscle weakness accompanied by full unconsciousness, right? And it can happen when you have intense emotions such as anger, fright, and laughter.
Hiyo cataplexing ina sound ka kata.
No. So my main takeaway is the laughter. So there are people who, when they laugh, every time they laugh, they lose consciousness. Just watch this video. Guys.
Keep biting my tongue really bad. Tuesday. Ellen. Pardon. Shriek Keep biting down my tongue. I can't actually click on it.
Easy on you. No. I think I'm joking. Didn't he though? You said to concentrate.
I was joking. No. How many millions? Millions.
I'm not making this shit up. Like every time she laughs, she loses consciousness, and I'm just thinking, if it was me, I'd be dead by now. No, I'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
It's they still don't understand what causes it. They don't know why it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, people
So-
lose consciousness when they laugh for a few
Yeah,
seconds.
those people you can't go for like a stand-up comedy show.
They'll kill
die.
them. No,
Yeah.
you'll kill
They'll
them.
die.
Every
You
15
just crack
minutes,
a
they'll
joke,
be dead.
Mazigas are out.
They'll be
Sure.
dead. You know, I saw that video and I thought it was a skit. It's for real.
you
And
imagine?
there's a whole TikTok page dedicated to that particular chick. Every time she laughs,
That's crazy.
she faints.
Wow.
Or like if she's frightened or whatever, or even just any form of excitement. There's another one I saw because obviously I went down a rabbit hole. This babe was so excited when she was doing her makeup, like she had nailed her winged eyeliner, she fainted.
You can
What is it?
imagine.
Her makeup was funny. Alikuwa anajichora kaa clown. Ama-
No, like you know that you can be so excited that your makeup looks nice.
Yeah.
She fainted.
Oh, damn.
So in my head, I'm just thinking, you can imagine you've gone for a stand-up comedy and it's Dave Chappelle. You have to be like, we're going to have every 15 minutes, you're going to have intermission for 15 minutes for the guests to wake up. And then you continue with the jokes.
Yeah.
But then again, I thought about, I'm just like, so when she has high emotions, she
Yeah.
passes out.
Yes.
You can imagine having sex with this babe.
God, I don't know why, but I also thought the same
One
thing.
night stand
honestly.
umekuja.
Unafikiria
Chapa vitu
umemua.
hapo.
Anapasa.
Kidogo
Chapa
kidogo mtu
ilale.
amepass out paka unasema
Yo.
you guys
She's dead.
we have to bury this body, bro. The chile has just passed out, Mazi.
Maze, if there's one thing that's scary, it's like that. Have you watched a movie called Gerald's Game? Like this guy was with a babe in a hotel room, and then they wanted to spice things up. He got handcuffed, like to the bed, and then the babe. I think the babe went to go and do something. Then no, actually the babe is the one who got cuffed to the bed.
Yeah.
And then the guy, I think, popped a pill or whatever. Akapasa out akakufa. Alikufa hapo kando ya bed. While this baby is cuffed to like the bed. You know, now
So she can't even call for help. She can't
call-
move.
She can't move.
Oh my Jesus
Alibaki hapo
Christ.
na yo dead body. Like
For
the
how
whole
long?
Movie, like it was.
What is a movie?
There is a movie.
Oh my
I didn't
God.
get to finish it.
Oh, that
Even
sounds
her, she
scary.
didn't get to finish.
She came and went at the same
Convox,
time.
please.
No, he
I'm-
didn't.
But you know, I'm just thinking, guys, somebody who passes out, you get you. She poses for 15 minutes.
Kifo cha
But I'm
mende.
thinking, who's worse? Is it a guy or a babe? A guy is worse because you can imagine you're doing doggy. And the guy,
And then I also had ati when you kufa, your body, like your joints can't move.
Yeah.
the
Kuna
mortis.
kifo cha mende.
rigor mortis.
Yeah.
So you stay in that position.
Your body
Paka
starts to
upelekwe mo.
kunjana, yes.
Yeah, they have to like even
You
in with
freeze.
a hammer to get your.
That's
Yeah.
why even
They-
eyes,
yeah.
like you see the
So
movies, they
nabaki
cheat
yone.
you at oh my
At-
God, rest in peace. Like real, if they're being honest,
Yeah.
it should go like this. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Oh, damn.
And that's how it should be. Because the eyes, it's
No.
true. Because the eyes have shikanad.
Yeah.
You should really hold them like this for them to stick.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see movies, they danganyas.
Yeah, if you ask these guys for the mortuary, some of them even have to like hammer your bones like back into
Yeah.
place so that if you're going to be in a casket, I mean, generally, if you're going to be in a casket, you can't be in a casket like this. But even for like, guys, don't laugh, this is serious. So some of them have to use a hammer to get your arms like straight or to get your legs straight.
Yeah.
Like, for
I'm
real.
thinking, imagine you've died with a hard on.
Oh
Just
my
like this.
God.
Kichwa ilali. Chapa ilale.
Chapa ilale.
So sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Anyway,
So is
so
there a treatment for it?
for cataplex,
Yeah,
I mean, there's medicine, but I didn't really I didn't delve into how the medicine works or why. I don't get it. I just thought if it was me, I would actually be dead.
Am I encouraged to live such a boring life? Because I can imagine like
A life without excitement, that's not even possible.
if you drive to work, man, don't listen to Morning Kiss. Utacheka accident, utadedi.
Sasa niwaulize swali.
Uliza.
Let's take a moment and now we're going scientific. In a world we live in today, the moon is going farther and farther away from Earth at 2.5 centimeters annually. Inasonga tu. And before you know it, the effects of that is Earth is going to have 25-hour days.
Actually, so much.
So I started thinking about it. I was like,
Wait, this is true.
unataka kuniongezea an hour in this day already.
This hard life.
25 hours.
Didn't just start this story by saying science.
Yeah.
Nilisema
Science.
hizi ni which science?
Science.
I said science. Facts. This is facts.
It's fact.
Yeah.
Right? So apparently the moon is moving farther away from Earth. And the consequence of that is, I mean, it's a deeper conversation, but I've skipped that part, is equals to 25-hour days. So now I started thinking, do I want 1 hour extra for sleeping? Do I want it to be a 1 hour of night, or do I want it to be a 1 hour of
day? Yeah,
I want to hear from you.
1 extra hour for sleeping. Man, the world will be giving you a snooze button.
You should be a
Like
babe.
Kabisa.
Do you understand you should be a babe?
No, for real.
Only babes should be talking about sleep.
What do you mean?
Because it's women who need more sleep than men.
Fact.
Scientifically.
Scientifically.
Right? Men should not be sleeping. Hata kwanza. As in, because, do you know why?
Why? Why?
This segment is called science. So apparently, women's brains, I've told you the stories,
Yeah.
are more hyperactive. Like when guys are just like football, babes are like food. Hey, watoto atakula nini? Do I want a boyfriend? What color was that babe wearing? Those shoes, where did she get them? Oh my God.
I need to buy nini. Yeah. Facts.
Snacks.
Facts.
Am I lying?
Yeah.
That's how your brain works.
Facts.
Mungai here is just like volume. You understand? So between you and Mungai, who needs more sleep?
Honestly.
So
yeah,
babes
even
think- so
scientific.
Technically, babes need more sleep.
Yeah,
Because
so
your brain works more
All
like
the
you
time.
think more.
All
You
the
always
time.
come up with solutions.
So
That's
since
cap.
this segment is called science,
Uh.
scientifically, I read somewhere that men, when they are asleep, 90% of their brain function is asleep. It's
For babes.
like you're dead. Okay. So for women, when we are sleeping, I think 70% of our brain is still active.
No, so if
I
your
can't
brain
back
is
up those
active like
facts,
that,
but I
Okay,
know
I'm
that
not sure if it was-
women
Yeah.
are
that's
more
cap.
Yeah.
active. Our brains are more deal with many, many more things at the same time than guys. And so apparently women need more sleep.
Facts.
Right? So 24 hours. Do you want it day or night?
nah, before she answers, why are women so indecisive then? Like if you think a whole lot,
Because we have a lot of
go to a
tabs
restaurant and
open.
ask a babe what she wants to eat.
We have a lot of tabs
Ni
in our brains that are open.
shida
Because
kukam na
we're
hiyo
still
nini.
thinking about what? You guys
What do you mean? Like,
That's what I'm
see,
saying.
see,
You
your,
are
your
pushing-
mind is constantly working.
Yeah,
You're
'cause
supposed to
we're- yeah,
think.
'cause we're
You're
still
supposed to know
thinking-
which dress is better, which lipstick should I take, should I wear this shoes or this one? Unauliza
And that's why we-
maswali mingi na akili yako inafaa ifanye more. That's cap hiyo story.
And that's
No,
why-
we have a lot of tabs open. That's why.
And that's why-
Do you know how your computer
So your
works when
mind
a
is
lot of
glitching.
tabs are open? Sometimes.
Carrie, you know what it is, right? Because you're only thinking of one thing and I have many, many things. I could give you one and immediately you'll come up with the answer. You know why?
And then you pick the
because
other
at that
thing.
point, that's the only thing you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Me, I can't make the decision. Why? Because I'm thinking about many things. But you see, you're just proving my point that you think about less things than women. And that's why when I ask you, do I look good? You'll be like, I mean, this is just an obvious answer. Pick white, right?
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you think like that. But for babes, we think about multiple things.
Yeah.
So even picking a dress, an outfit, if you walk into your wardrobe, you'll pick. But for babes, you're thinking, but I need something, but then I need this, but then I need that. You don't think about those things. You don't even have those options. And it's
Yeah.
obvious in a world where babes have to do many, many things to show up. A guy just needs to shout, hata mafuta hiyo ni extra. Hiyo ni tu kujipatia kazi.
For real.
Si lazima.
Si must.
And nobody will ask you anything.
must.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haya, sawa. Basi hii wiki
So,
mimi nimefikiria vizuri sana.
25 days. Day or night?
I would like to lie to myself and say I want an extra hour during the day so that I can get more done. But knowing how much I am prone to procrastinating, I might just still end up procrastinating even with that 1 extra hour of day. But yeah, day. I'll do my best not to
Enye
procrastinate.
babes think
Yeah.
a lot. Umeona vile Joyce amechukua long kuansa hiyo ni
you
question.
just
Mimi nilisema
night.
sleep.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I think I'd want it as day. But unfortunately, I know that that hour will be consumed by demands.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have it as a night. I'm sorry.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately, I want the night to start at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hiyo day maze unajua mdosi wako atakuongeza extra. Kama ni
Exactly.
9
Your
to
club
5
starts-
unaambiwa 9 to 6.
Sekae, wacha nilale.
See,
Instead of
maze
9
do
to
a
5,
5-hour
9
show.
to 6. Kai.
Exactly.
Instead of a
They even start
4-hour
telling us
show.
to start the show at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I
Muko na
changed my
time.
mind. Night. Forget it. I don't. Sitaki
Like
kuongezea
sasa like hii clock itakuaje? Wataongeza timing
Si
ingine.
ndio?
Guys, do you understand that the clock is just a human
It's a concept.
The clock doesn't exist.
It's just my
a
concept.
human concept so that it can organize your day so that you are functional. If you didn't have hours, you'd keep thinking, I have time. Then the sun sets.
But
But even the watch would
how
have
does a
to change,
sundial work?
though.
See, a sundial also like works the same way with
the
sunset.
12 hours.
With sunset and
Did
sunrise.
God create the sundial?
He created the sun.
Exactly.
And
But the dial,
creates shadows.
those shadows, that is a concept of humans.
Did they say how long it would take for this to happen, first of all? Because we
Also,
might
do you
be long
realize
dead.
that it's not all cultures that have the clock?
Yeah, true. There's some places the sun does not appear.
No, it's not about that.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then
What do you
also-
mean the sun does not appear?
Yeah.
Like in
for 6 months, there's no
yeah,
sun.
in Antarctica
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
okay.
Right?
This cold
They
places.
have like
yeah.
40
Yeah.
days of darkness.
Darkness. That's depressing.
Lala.
That's depressing.
So in places where, like there are places where this 12-hour clock doesn't work, right? And the 24-hour clock. These are traditional. It's just the same way Ethiopia is in 1412.
Yeah.
They're 2020. No, they're 2014 or something. They're not in 14.
No, for real.
What do you mean?
They have their own calendar.
Yeah, I know they have their own calendar, but you've said 14, 12.
China wanakuanga na
Aren't
New
they
Year-
in like
New Year
2017?
inaweza kupopa March
Aren't they in
Happy
like
New Year.
2017?
Ethiopian.
calendar. It's different.
Yeah, but it's also because they don't use the Gregorian. Like majority of the world, which is Kenya
Oh, they're in
included.
2016.
Yeah, they're in 2016. So
You
they
know-
don't use the Gregorian calendar. They use the one that happened before, because them they're super like Orthodox everything. Orthodox
Do you know
Catholics.
the first calendar had 11 months? Like
Really?
July iliongezwa too.
Huh?
Yeah, because there was August for Augustus Caesar. So Julius Caesar kenda akajiongezea yake.
Vile Moi alikuja akajiwekea holiday. Okay, makes sense.
So you understand. So the whole clock and
It was August and July.
and
either or,
calendars.
one of those Romans.
all a human concept.
It's a concept.
It's a concept.
Very
so even the
fascinating.
fact that, like in 3025, I'm sure they'll be looking at us, because if the clock is turning to 25 hours, that means a lot of things will have to change, including the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So in 3025, they'll be like, how are these guys doing 24 hours? Like, that's so weird. But you see, you grew up in it, you function
Yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
and that's all you know.
That's
The
what I'm
day-
saying.
The day I realized calendars were fake was now. You remember 2012? Because the Mayans created a calendar. Ikaisha
When the world was
2012.
supposed to end.
Tukasema dunia itaisha.
Yeah.
And it's like we didn't learn from Y2K.
Yeah.
Like after
It was still the same
after
amount of panic.
1999, like
Yeah.
you couldn't even like think that
Yeah.
there's gonna be a 2000.
Imagine.
Bro, so yours was 2012.
Yeah.
I already did that in 2000.
Yeah.
12 years before that. We were sitting there, we're just like, the world is ending. Yeah, I'll never forget that New Year's.
I don't know
That
if
New
it's
Year's
because I was a child, but I don't remember.
where I was where was I? I was in class 8, right? And basically, we knew the world was ending,
Yeah.
right? So that night, so you know it's 31st, right? So you know how 31st when you're a kid, what are you up to? You're out in the
Nothing.
estate,
Eh.
you guys are both
Vibes,
crackers,
vibes, eh.
right? Like you're about to shut it down.
Yeah,
And that time
yeah.
you guys are telling each other, oh my God, I'm going to miss you. We don't know what's going to happen. We've been
You're
told-
actually telling each other that because the world
Bro,
was coming to an end.
do you understand
And
what
shut
was
up.
happening in two?
Millennial bug.
Baka Will Smith alimba wimbo. The wow. Ilikuwa inaitwaje? We're going straight. No, that's Wild Wild West. Y2K. That Y2K song he did, right? Because he was singing about the world coming to an end. Machines are going to stop, shut down. And
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
the machines are going to go to zero. You think I understood what that was?
Nothing. You're just saying goodbye to your friends.
Me, I was just
I
like,
can miss
kwaherini,
you.
kwaherini, kwaherini. Mimi nitawamiss, kwaherini. Alafu tukakount 5. Oh my God. 4. Ooh.
Like, did you think you'd go up in dust? Like, what did you think was going to happen? Nothing.
They're still there.
Hakuna kitu umefanyika.
So let me ask you, how did you imagine it? Did you imagine it like Avengers, guys like disappearing like in dust? Did you see yourselves exploding? Like, what was happening? What was the
Mungu
concept?
atazima stima.
We
When
didn't know.
Nagiza, you
Me, I
can't
was a
see.
kid.
You're like,
But the
what's
people you need to ask
Is
are
our
adults.
parents, yeah.
Because what did they think?
Yeah, what they
For
think.
us, we just knew. Tumemaliza KCP. Aki, bye.
Hey, the churches must have been so full that night.
It was sick, man. I was
The
supposed to go
churches
for-
probably are the ones who saved it. Wao ndo walikuwa wanaomba throughout, like they were there shikiribagi ikafika, yani hadi nini Mungu akasema okay, we'll go on and continue.
Sitasema.
CNN was like, you know that usual New York
The countdown.
countdown that they do.
Yeah.
So everywhere we are, of course, there's TV.
Eh.
5. Oh my God.
Hadi CNN.
Megay.
Hadi CNN.
Ni nini
Shut
haunielewi?
up.
Ni nini haunielewi? This is an international phenomena, right? So us, we had already done that.
Yeah.
When they started now the story of the Mayans, we was just like, me, I've already experienced the world.
Been there, done that.
Been there,
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
This is for the new kids,
Yeah.
right? So Mayan, kwanza after I watched that
2012
movie,
ilikuja na movie. Kwanza
20 that movie is called 2010.
it's called 2012.
It's called 2012,
And
yeah.
and it dropped
Such a
like 2011.
ass movie.
So we actually thought that was going to happen. Like,
my
you know,
God.
the world will open up. You know, there'll be splits and rifts all over.
Forget that. Do you remember the
my
rich people all
Jesus.
getting into a ship? And they were
Yeah.
going, let me tell you, after that, I started talking to rich people differently.
Like that, I'm saying.
I'm just like,
Coffee,
yo,
have you
hiyo
been?
banka yenu iko wapi?
Wallahi.
Munaenda wapi? Anytime you're hearing
Can
ati
I come?
Mayans, you guys, muna
I
hama-
definitely think someone like Elon Musk has thought about something like that.
Do you know
Like,
what's
It
interesting?
happens, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We speak about this like a joke, but around the world, and you can do your research, billionaires have been buying bankers. I don't know if you've been seeing this story. Like, seriously. So there's a company that does underground bunkers, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the one Mr. Beast has done? Does anybody follow Mr. Beast?
I don't follow him, but
Nyinyi
I've
watu
heard of
hakuna
him.
kitu mnawatch.
Guy.
Sasa, Mr. Beast, right? Who already has a scandal going on, but
I
that's a
saw
story for
that.
Nadi.
I saw this kind
So, you saw the scandal, but you don't watch
I don't
the
know.
guy.
I don't watch the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Beast, he did this. There's an episode where he's gotten 2 people to stay in an underground bunker, right? And then he's put, is it $500,000, right? So if they can stay in this bunker for 100 days.
Yeah.
It's all on YouTube. Check it out. Right? So, so that kind of bunker, there's a company that does them, right? And they were saying, so I remember like in 2012, they were already setting up this studio bunkers, right? Because if anything is to happen, like if there's a meteor to come from space, where will you run?
Facts.
No, just let me know. Where would you run to?
I don't know.
My auntie, uko Kisii, nenda ushago chini ya. No,
Chini ya
it's
kitanda.
you're dead.
Meteor, yeah.
You're dead. You're dead.
Right.
Right? Ati unajua auntie yangu anakuanga na nyumba ya downstairs. You're dead. Right? You're dead.
Mtu ako na basement.
Where
maybe.
will you go? Where will you go? Basement, you're dead.
najua
What are you
penye
talking? You're
nitaenda.
dead.
Wapi?
Sinaenda Wilson Airport naiba ndege.
Nigga, you're dead.
Cheki,
So
meteor
you're going
ikigonga-
to the
Yeah,
meteor.
you're going to the meteor.
unaihepa.
Where, as
Meteor
in-
ikigonga
oh my God.
grao. At least we hautakuwa hapo.
Alright.
The most
Do
I
you
can do is
know
shockwave.
how a
Itakunini.
meteor works?
Give me this glass.
Yeah.
Do you know how a meteor works?
So let's imagine this is Earth.
Yeah.
Right? This is Earth, right? Let's imagine this is the meteor.
Yeah.
Right? So from far, it looks small, right?
Yeah.
It's called an optical illusion.
Yeah.
When it comes closer,
It becomes bigger.
it becomes bigger
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
starts being like this.
Yeah, yeah,
So tell me una hepaje ati utakuja win.
Ati uta nini?
No,
Utaponyo.
obviously, unajua meteor hayapii tu hivi. Like it will be in the news. They'll be saying this thing is coming to hit Earth. It's gonna hit Earth like in let's say a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Hapo ndo unaenda unaiba. Unaanza kuenda hiyo side ingine. Watu watajua ni si hiyo side ingine ya
Side
Earth.
gani? Because it's the whole earth.
What do you
Unaenda
mean?
Busia?
Nah, see, you can fly from Nairobi.
Busia.
Cheki, you can fly from Nairobi to Hong Kong in
Keri,
what, like
unasikia-
13 hours?
Are you
Do you
hearing
know how
the
big
shit
that
that you're talking
thing
about?
Hiyo ni 13-hour head start.
Do you
Nakwambia unaanza kuenda.
Do you know it's literally
Ni nani
the size
hapa?
of Earth? Like it's literally the size of Earth. Think how big Earth
No,
is.
no,
You
so
think
now-
something like
so-
that
So now
Listen,
banker will help you.
falling
How?
on
Skiza.
Earth,
Okay,
you
but
can
now
fly
let me
away.
explain to you.
Kama ni earth mbili zinagongana hivi,
Hey.
banker hata itakusaidia.
Skiza.
Hata afadhali ujaribu
Wacha
bunker than
nini-
flying
si
away.
wacha nini wa explain.
Explain.
Meteor kwangi size ya Earth. Meteor ni kama 2 Olympic or 9 Olympic stadiums.
Basic, like
Right?
it's big.
So the challenge of that is when it lands, the ripple,
Impact.
the ripple effect,
Yeah.
right? So even if it lands, wewe unasema tumehepa, amesema 14 hours.
14 hours. Ponyox.
Usha dedi.
You're dead.
Unanielewa? You are dead.
Nenda hiyo
The
side
only
ingine ya-
people that could survive
Are those were underground.
right? Why? Because the earth crust is deep. So where it will knock, right? If you're planning the ocean, the water ripple effect
Bas,
is
imebeba kila mtu.
hiyo ni tsunami onto ground.
It's
nini.
carried everyone.
But people who are underground, and that's why they create these bunkers.
Yeah.
They are meteor free, earthquake free,
Yeah.
right? And that's why the only people that can afford it.
Are billionaires because they are fortified
Thank
in
you.
a certain way. To
So
Then find a billionaire
allegedly,
friend then.
because none of us have survived any of
see,
these.
you watched
Ini,
2012. You never learned anything.
You learned
from that
nothing?
movie.
2012 walihepa na ndege.
As in, lakini walikuwa naenda wapi?
Walikuwa wanaenda kwa ile ship ya mabilionea.
Hiyo ship ya mabilionea, walikuwa na kucheat.
Wakafika kwa hiyo ship.
Walikuwa na kucheat.
as unakimbia Wilson.
You're taking, that was 2012. They clearly had no idea how these
Kalif
things
Karo
work.
alituonesha kufly.
Sasa shida ni
break.
unaongea na hata JKI huwezi fika Salemu na Occupy.
Guy,
Yani expressway amjafika. Tuambie utafika.
Hiyo time unafikiria kutakuwa na karawa na tupatia gas. Au pia watakuwa na hepa.
The first thing, you notice even in 2012, what's the first thing they did? They unleashed the cops on the civilians.
Yeah.
Billionaires are not civilians. Guys, let me tell you. You see those guys who do for you in traffic? Find a friend. Find a friend. Now, si find out wa mdomo ati Salasia. Find moja kama Mudavadi who has been there for. Did you see? I mean, guys, did you see your CSs and in fact, at this point, we need to be calling them BSs, like Billionaire Squad, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? Wachana CS, let's just call them BS. These guys, they don't even represent the average Kenyan.
they
Yeah.
don't.
Like legit. The average Kenyan. Okay, let me just look around. You guys are not the average Kenyan.
Guy.
The average Kenyan, right, cannot even think to have 2-point-something billion in their account.
The average Kenyan akiambiwa
Hata
you
50K
win a
ni shida.
jackpot 2.5 billion. What are you going to do? Now wacha kazi. I stop working. These guys, Maze, like you're worth all that much and you're still going there to like being interviewed for a job.
Imagine.
Man, like it's levels.
I wouldn't even take a job. Guys, let me tell you, yeah? I have 2.5 billion in my account. Even if the president says, hi, Sheila, I want to now have a kapow in ministry.
Yeah.
Nasema kapow that shit to yourself. I already have 2 billion. I'm traveling the world
Yeah.
and I'm building an underground
Like, fuck
bunker.
you and your
In the
2.5
event
billion.
that there's a meteor.
Yeah.
Like I've already made
And you're
2.5
not invited.
Surely I have 2.5 billion. What am I doing?
What am I doing?
Yo.
Well, I just want to help you. This healthcare, I want to fix it. No, I don't.
Kwanza now I'll go live off grid. Amtanipata.
You know what I mean?
I delete everything.
The first
I
thing-
delete social media. Amtanipata mimi.
First and foremost, yeah. History of deleting social media. Unaona hata even the richest man. Twitter. Alienda kanunua social media app. You can imagine how boring it is to be a billionaire.
Okay.
Because I have a billion and I still have a social media. I'm talking to you.
Imagine.
Earthlings. I build my spaceship and
I
kazi
get
tu ni
out.
kwenda kutafuta watu
Bas,
kuji, right? Him he's over here arguing with us about that. Yeah, Kamala said nonsense. Aki, what is happening in I'm just like, are you a billionaire?
Yeah.
Can you let us mortals discuss this shit? And then the worst part, he's actually tweaked Twitter, X. So his tweets are they're the most pronounced. Like he's set the app so that his tweets immediately they can be the most popular tweets.
And you know,
Apparently at
like-
once, Biden's tweet, right? Biden tweeted something.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted something. Biden's tweet had like 500,000 likes. He went to his tech guys like, guys,
Yeah.
ujinga staki kuona tena. Ebu boost handle yangu.
Have you
And so today,
Yeah.
note that nobody's tweet can beat Elon Musk's tweet.
It's true. Have you noticed how many notifications you get off of Twitter at it's an Elon Musk tweet?
Yeah.
Like whether you
It's-
follow him or,
yeah,
not,
or not.
as long as you have the app, you'll get a notification. I'm sure you've gotten a notification that
That's what I'm
says
saying.
Elon Musk says this.
This guy doesn't even know how to be a billionaire. He's out here arguing about let me tell you, if I'm a billionaire, if my children want to grow hands from their stomachs, like they want to have implants so that they can have 6 limbs. Hey, guys. How is that my business?
Lakini
you
the
How
daughter-
is that my
Do you
business?
see why I was telling you I'm inclined to believe the daughter? Because I don't know if that is narcissism
This
mixed
nigga
with
is
white
petty.
privilege, mixed with being a billionaire. What kind of
New
pettiness
Nah,
is
but
that?
now,
Africanness.
let me play devil's advocate.
No, what
This
kind of
daughter
pettiness
is so
is that?
ungrateful.
What do you mean?
Nah,
For
me-
what?
If I had a billionaire father,
Who was barely in your life? That is being a spoiled brat.
Let's hear what Kai has to say.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. If I
okay.
had a billionaire father, mimi hata kama atakuwa narcissist, atakuwa nini, najua end of the day, when this guy is gone, those billions are going to be mine. I'll just conform because I mean, if you go on and be spoiled all through, how are you going to reap off of reap what your father has sowed?
So just because your father is a billionaire, you should take emotional abuse. That's what you're saying.
And
See,
just
emotional abuse.
That is emotional abuse. The way she's explaining it, that's emotional abuse.
Can
Like
I
she
just
went
also
through.
ask, according to Carrie, as long as your father is a billionaire,
You vumilia too.
you have nothing else to do with your life.
Yeah,
like
we're
your father has
vumilia
already
too.
accomplished everything.
No,
So
you're
now
set.
because you're set. Even just the name itself can open doors for you. Do you understand that billionaires don't have to go around giving their children
Yes, 50 billion.
In fact, from experience, right? Every billionaire person I know, right? Their fathers are stingy. Why? Because the one thing a billionaire wants you to know is how to
Value of money.
how to fish for yourself. Like even if you look at the one of the richest families, this guy is
Rothschild,
right?
Yeah.
Who was being given money?
Nobody.
Right? The name, you go and build for yourself something. Right?
And even the money that
Yeah,
they're
but
given, they
it's
set
for
it up. They set it
but-
up as a loan. Like
But
you're taking a loan.
they're being set
from
up by the family. See ati unawachwa tu hivyo. Like you're being set up by the family, and that's only if like you're into it.
So you're saying as long as you're being set up by the family,
It doesn't matter.
whatever
Even if
bullshit
your
you
dad
go
doesn't
through,
respect
wepitia
you.
Na end of the day mtu atakufa ataenda.
tu. So uvumilie tu.
Unajua
Hey.
Prince Charles alikuwa anafikiria hivyo. Mama yake aliishi mpaka sasa Prince Charles akona cancer and he's on his way
Imagine
out.
he's about to
Do you
go join
understand
her.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to get this question correct. So according to you, Carrie, you're willing to take any emotional and physical abuse from your parents just as long as they give you money.
Okay, now when it gets physical, there's a problem.
Have you ever noticed that
Why do
there are
you think
people
emotional isn't as
who
bad?
get emotionally abused by their folks and they come from a rich family and all they end up being is alcoholics?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That happens.
So let me tell you what happened between Elon Musk and the daughter.
Okay.
So the daughter used to be a son, Xavier, right? Xavier decided to change his sexuality, his gender, right? Note that the dad was also supportive of it, right? The treatments that they were getting, and then he woke up one day and realized that he's against the woke movement. And if you notice, at the moment, Elon Musk is fighting. He's vowed that he's going to fight anything woke, whether it is abortion, whether it is anything. In fact, currently, right now, he's supporting Trump. Why? Because he's fighting the woke movement. He thinks that the woke movement is what has infiltrated the son's mind, is what infiltrated the wife, is what infiltrated him. He actually acknowledges that he was brainwashed by the woke movement. And now he's woken up and now it's like, fuck it, right?
Yeah.
So he went on this interview and said how this woke movement has made his son something that he can't stand, right? And so the daughter comes out and says, bro, why are you dragging me? Like, why can't you go and do the interview without speaking
Yeah, don't
about
mention me, bro.
And so she decides, enough is enough. You can't bring me out and start dragging me. Fuck, you haven't cancelled you.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's the beef. So you're saying she should have just stuck there. Your dad is on TV saying, this boy, pussycat man, there's nothing he does with his life. Just sits there. He's an
I'm
idol.
disgusted by him, by her.
He does nothing with his life. You tell me that because of money, you'll just be like, yeah.
Cool. Just give me the millions.
Nitamlenga lakini as in I'll block him off, shut him out, you know. But end of the day, knowing that he's not gonna be there forever, then I'd find a way to, you know, be easy about it, not rebel, because end of the day, I want that money, I want that inheritance, so I'll just chill.
Wow.
So you'd
Right.
take the emotional abuse, but physical, no.
Now I'll block him out. Okay, now it sounds
You
weird.
see?
I'm just wondering,
Yeah.
for someone who goes to therapy, you're telling me that your dad can be emotionally abusing you, and because of the end game, you're just like, hey, I'm here to take all of it.
Yeah,
I'm
let's-
someone
if
who does adulting
if
as
there's-
well, man. Like,
if
do you
there's-
know Elon Musk can spend $1 million Kenya shillings a day
Yeah, but that's Elon
for
Musk,
79 years
That's
up until
him.
he goes broke?
That's him.
But
How
do you
know
realize-
he's going to do the same for his
Nitaacha
kids?
kufanya job.
But do you realize the one thing that keeps people in therapy, actually more than anything, is dealing with parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend your whole life
Exactly.
just going to therapy, talking about your folks,
parents.
right? Like, anyway, if you think that's the winning one, I'm glad that she has the courage to step away from this relationship.
Yeah.
And I just want you to-
Exactly.
I want you to remember something. She's not broke. Do you understand? She's not broke.
Yeah.
She has a mom, right, who's taking care of her. Her mom is not a thousandaire. Her mom is not a millionaire. She's in
Exactly.
those levels.
And systems had already been set
Yeah.
up way
So
before this
I can
beef for her
cut
to
you
make
off.
money.
You don't.
Yeah.
Fun fact: every human being that has $1 billion will never spend all of it.
Yeah.
Maximum they can spend is $100 million. $100 million will set you up for life. So everybody who has more than 100 million is quite just 1%.
Like 0.11%,
Bro,
you know, like 0 point, like rich.
Yeah,
rich.
those are the people who we should not tell when the meteor is coming.
Exactly.
Honestly, like to set up Tuanze fresh. Tuanze fresh. Please talk to me.
Without them.
Yeah.
Love it.
Anyway, so that's Elon Musk. And me, I genuinely think that the guy did what he gotta do. So the other day, I saw somebody, a friend of mine, right? She was she'd gone for an event, right? And then there's this guy who was holding her waist, right? She was wearing this tumbo cut and then skirt. So there's a part of her waist that was there. So this guy, they hugged, and then the guy had his hand on her waist the whole time.
A stranger or a fan?
Hold on.
Okay.
So me, I walk up to her, I'm like, hey, what's up? What's good? This guy is still holding her waist. So I ask her, hey, who's this guy? I don't know, man, but he won't let go.
Guy.
Oh, shit.
Right? This is a fan who's hugged her, and the hand is still on the waist. So I ask her, why can't you just say something?
Yeah.
She's I think it's trauma that she doesn't know how to tell this guy off because she's experienced saying, hey, don't, like, creating boundaries, and the guy says, kwani ifike even that hot, right? The guy gets violent. So she was afraid to tell the guy to get his hand off her waist, right? You know what I did?
What?
I just told the guy, bro, si kila mtu ako na mikono zake.
Guy.
And he put his hands down,
Oh.
right? And he just walked off because he was taking advantage of the fact that she's not saying anything, right? Now, how many times do you see this happening? For example, when someone hugs you, what is the protocol? If it's a fan,
So you hug and then that's it.
where are the hands?
Over here, like above the waist, upper kwa mgongo, like almost on the shoulders. Like,
All right. So usually, where do they hug though?
I don't remember. Do I?
Right? There are guys who
I
just
see.
have bad manners. They hold the
It's
waist,
around the
right?
waist.
Some will even come closer. They'll put their hands like this, right? And you see it happening all the
And
time.
even when they're letting go, it's like they'll rub your back.
Exactly.
Like,
And in my head, I'm just like, me personally, you cannot do that to me. I will speak my mind right there. I don't have any trauma about that. So I will tell you right there, if I'm uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable. Get your hands off my waist, right?
Yeah.
But you see, babes, as in umekwa. V, would you tell the guy to move his hands? You'd be a bit scared, right? It's intimidating. So here's my question. Guys, why? I'm not your girl. I've given you the decency to have
Of saying hi,
right?
yeah.
In fact, if you look at European communities, right? Men kiss.
Yeah.
So if you are there, you'd be shikiling your mwah. Shikiling each other. Queen adabu. Why would you put your hands on ladies' waist?
Yeah, that's
If
actually
this
quite
you're not my
inappropriate if I'm
boyfriend.
being very
You're not
honest.
my person.
Yeah.
Why are you crossing that line? And
Yeah.
ladies, why are you allowing it?
Yeah.
And the ones who reach out for hugs without even asking, you know, like, can I get a hug?
Yeah.
Or like, is a hug okay? Like, it's crossing boundaries.
Yeah.
One thing that I usually do to try and, you know, stop it before it even gets there, you just reach out with the
Fist
fist
bump.
Oh, with your hand. Hey, what's up? Or like a high five.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like when you're saying what's up, Tari, you're doing this. When you do this, nobody's gonna reach out to hug you.
Yeah.
They'll just snap you.
Because even babes are disgusting. I hear their babes who are just like, hi, Mr. Carrie. Hizi matiti zako zimefika kabla mkono. So ladies, you need to start hugging like this.
Ati.
Mkwe mkihug hivi. Sawa. No, we need to have decency.
That's
and
true.
And especially, like you see, for example, a babe is standing with her boyfriend. So Carrie is standing with his girlfriend, right? Then me, I come. I'm just like, oh, hi, oh my God, so long. The baby standing there. Wewe, akili yako inafanya kazi vizuri.
Guy.
Is your akili doing the work well? Why your titties touching my man's chest?
Yeah, like how dare you, ma'am?
Yeah, okay, I know you're a Jacob. Sideways.
Jacob.
Side hug.
A high five would have been just fine. Imagine a high five
Kama
would have been
matiti zako
perfect.
zinafika kwa chali yangu
Yeah.
fast, patie handshake.
Sindio?
Fist bump him.
Yeah.
I don't care, right? And especially if I'm there.
Yeah, because I'm honestly trying to think about it. And I actually feel more comfortable hugging my female fans than my male fans.
Another one.
If I'm actually honestly thinking about it, I would just rather be like a wave or like a high five when I'm talking to guys, but like with girls, especially because they're like much younger and like super excitable.
Yeah.
Sometimes when just hugging them, it like calms them down. Like, oh my God, like they're shaking. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, calm down. Cool.
Yeah.
But with guys, I do set boundaries.
Now you decide you don't want to hug, right? But then you want to take a photo. You say, fine, let's take the photo. So we are standing. Where should everybody's hands be?
by their side.
Because this is where now
Where
the
your-
hand as they reach around kidogo thumb mateko kwa matiti mpaka unasema ai tufanye hivi attention release photo Why? I want to because kila mtu ajishikilie hii story umenishikilia hivi even my future person anapita and say oh she's taken no I'm not taken
bro I'm not taken I don't know this person
Yeah.
like I'm going to start charging for hugs now like kama unanifanyia hivyo by the way unipatie 5k
I
hapo
swear, yeah,
hata si 5k 50k
immediately
yeah, and but siko baya
yeah
if you want to know a cultured guy these are some of the things
true very
right?
true that's
Cultured.
actually very true
I can respect you if you respect yourself.
yeah.
I can respect you if you're a gentleman. But if you're going to take this moment, like for example, there's this video of Ira Star performing to a fan. I don't know if you
I
saw
saw
it,
that.
right?
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
this guy, she literally comes down to the stage, right? The guy is there, he's recording her, and she takes his phone and says, focus.
Yeah.
Right? Was she touching him? She was touching his face,
Yeah.
right? He's a fan. And he was accepting of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. What should this guy do to Ira Star in return?
In terms of
What do you think he should do? Okay. What do you think he should do? She's touching his face, singing for him. What should he be doing?
I don't know, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Right?
enjoy it.
The whole comment section was just guys. This guy, they let us down. No.
Oh, 'cause he
You
wasn't
should have
touching
Put your
her.
hands across. Touch that, grab that
just
waist.
enjoy it.
Grab. As in, that was all the comments.
Yeah.
Basically, she deserved to be basically
Okay,
touched
I get
sexually.
that. I get that, and it's true. Like the guy, proper gentleman. Like he behaved.
He was a
vizuri.
super gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arista, on the other hand, wouldn't you say that she did not respect his boundaries? One,
Performance. Because he could have
Grabbing
said
the phone.
no. He could have said no.
grabbing the phone, touching his face. As in, what if ye kushikwa uso ilimletea shida? Like got into trouble with his person.
Like the Nini, who was the babe who danced
Omale.
with someone? Omale.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, consent.
Yeah.
Right? The lady is the one who took herself to the stage,
Yeah.
right? Consent. If this guy was uncomfortable with it, he could have moved back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have actually,
Yeah, but he was
But
actually
he was-
enjoying it.
He stood there.
right? He consented to it.
Okay.
It's the same way if you go to a Beyonce concert, cater to you, right? Beyonce will be dancing and doing all these things. Is that the time now to be like,
No, because it's a performance.
but the guys who come for photos,
yeah.
those are the things that they do.
Okay.
Right. So I worry that if you are a performer on stage, would you invite these fans for you to dance for them? Remember, it's a performance.
Yeah.
This is not a bedroom party. This is a performance. I am the artist. I've come to entertain you.
It's a show.
Not
I meant-
to
yeah.
not to sex-attain you.
Yeah.
I've come to
Sex-attain.
entertain you.
Yeah.
Right. So anything goes. If you're in my audience, anything goes. But it's not for you to say, umenidara. Hey, wacha nikuoneshe.
Yeah.
No, that's not what goes down.
Okay, yeah, that's absolutely okay. And I also think, still just wheeling back on the one for taking photos, I feel like the closest contact you can ever have without asking for permission ni shoulder zenu kuguzana.
Yeah.
Ama if you know the person, you see the way I'd put my hand like on the seat while I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Now you not putting your hand up until like over the shoulders to the other side. Maybe on the shoulder that is on this side. Is that socially acceptable?
All I'm saying is be decent. How would you hug your sister? Like that.
Like that. Okay, so another thing, yeah, handshakes. Have you ever?
Kwanza mukinifanyia hii kitu. Sorry. Let me translate. You know, this is an African phenomenon. It's not just I was about to say lunje.
People still do that. I wasn't even going to go
First
there.
time somebody did that to me, it was a wochi. And I was a kid, man. I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, you know, the way you're playing and then the wochi is like, the first
What's
time you
the
shake his hand.
point?
And then he did for me like this. Let me tell you, for like, you know that one, you're like, what is that? I thought about it for years until my cousins told me, then I said, oh my God, that has also happened to you. Yeah, guys, universally. This is not even Ati. This guy from the village or this Wochi and a Wochi in Malawi, somehow.
Same.
The same. Yani, somehow, guys thought this is a cool thing.
And also, why is it so disgusting? Because I immediately just feel so disgusted.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, Kerry, give me your hand. Give me your hand. You tell me how you feel. Hey, how you doing, eh? Bona Kerry.
What up?
Yeah, right? It's so disgusting. I don't know why.
Give me your hand.
I don't know why. It's gross, right?
Thank
It's
you.
just so gross. I
So,
don't know why.
Gentlemen, wewe kwanza unajijua wewe unakuanga ule mswahili. Why do you do that?
Why?
Why do you do
Do you
that?
know, I've never gone through that. What I have gone through that's uncomfortable, and babes do this. Like you shake somebody's hand and you actually feel like they don't want to let go. Is it just me or is that uncomfortable?
All right.
And
Do you
then-
know how many times guys do that? Joyce, have you ever shaken someone's hand and they kwama with your hand? Hey, Joyce, have you been?
Even now putting
So,
the
hey,
Yeah, like
and
now
now
you
they're
feel like-
massaging now your arm. I'm just saying,
You
nigga,
feel
nigga,
like
what?
you want to let go, like it's they're not holding you by force, but
Yeah.
you kind of feel like
They're not letting
because,
go. Yeah.
up until the some naongea, you're swinging hands. Like that is so uncomfortable. But
Like,
what's
Kerry,
even more
Kerry, you have
uncomfortable?
different issues. You know that.
Skia. Have you ever high-fived someone? Alafu they interlock their fingers. Is it just me? That
Okay.
it is uncomfortable.
Una high five makazini zako wa ushago manzi.
No, isi ushago. Kwanza, this is something that has even happened to me at the office.
What?
Yes, and it feels weird. Every
With the guy
single
How about when
day.
they do this? When you
It's a
like,
babe.
when you do this, and then someone does this.
Okay, now you're
Hey,
losing.
that is
Now
now
you're
we've gone
losing
to
the
Shago.
point.
We've gone
Now
to
you're
Shago
losing
now.
the point.
Tumeenda
It's
ushago.
the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. The interlocking and
interlocking.
it's the same thing to me. It's so
me
uncomfortable.
interlocking to me, that is way too intimate. Like we don't high five when you do that. I do that with someone I'm with.
Yeah.
You know, like come on, high five. Because when he high fives, like our hands are slapping. But
Alright.
really evil.
I have
like
one more.
ati-
I have one more. But guys, musinikamie. So there's this condition where people sweat hands, right? We don't have a problem with it, but it's a very uncomfortable handshake. It's a very, very
is.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
handshake. So I have a friend who has hand sweats, right? Don't shake hands. Like, don't feel into, because I know people who have wet hands feel weird shaking hands because they can feel you judging them,
Yeah.
right? So don't feel intimidated, shake hand, fist bump and move on because it is an uncomfortable feeling for the person because you start thinking, is their hand wet? Is it dirt? Where was their hand? But it's just their hand that is sweating. It's not a bad thing. You were created like that. But, fist bump.
Yeah, but you see,
Yeah, and I
society
think
will take
also-
it as rude
No.
if you don't.
No, not really.
If you,
Take
it
it for
makes
example.
you uncomfortable, don't conform.
No, I'm saying you as the one with the sweaty hands. Let's say you're meeting elders. You know,
Yeah.
elders like to shake hands.
Yeah.
If you don't shake their hands,
Listen, if I didn't have hands,
There's some places.
I'm just saying, if I didn't have hands, would you be offended? Right? So I'm keeping my hands to myself, right? Because I don't want to feel uncomfortable. If I shake your, okay. When someone shakes your hand, it's wet, right?
yeah.
When you leave that situation, you're not thinking about the wetness.
definitely. you
Of
are.
course, now. So this is out of love. I'm just saying, if my sister was going through that every time she shakes hand and she feels uncomfortable because she can see you, you know, small movements. You think that they can't see you, like, hey, right? And you're thinking it's not that you have anything against them, but you're just like, wow, what's up? Like every time I shake their hand, it's
Yeah.
wet, right? And it's not like they come and tell you my hand is usually wet. And there's if you look at TikTok, people feel some type of way about having their hands wet. It's not anything that they can do about it,
Yeah.
right? So don't feel a must to shake someone's hand.
Yeah,
Just
because
be like,
most of the times, if your hand is wet and like, yes, you're from washing it or whatever, but sometimes you don't get to dry it and you meet somebody, you're going to say hi. You don't shake their hand. You do what? You
Hey,
do this.
once
Una-
you shake my
Hata si
hand.
fist bump, it's like it's a wrist bump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So
I get it.
I think, what else haven't we covered on shaking hands and keeping our hands to ourselves? I think this segment is called "Keep Your Hands to
Yeah,
Yourself."
keep your hands to yourself.
And if you really don't know the etiquette of how to deal with the person, right? Please don't. I see sometimes I see someone's wife maze. Amedecide ameenda kupiga picha na mtu. Maze umemshikili hata kama ni Vera, right? And like we all want to see if this waste is real. Consent, yo. Consent. Right?
You can't just go
Consent.
touching people the way you want.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, you just think about it. If you don't know the boundaries, just remember, how would you do it to your sister? But if you're doing it to your sister, it's not you we're asking.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
I think that's a nice way to end.